Howdy, friends, Romans, countrymen. How y'all doing? Welcome to practice. My apologies for the late. But I have a good reason, I promise. And that is because my mom was here, so screw y'all. I love my mama. We were just hanging out because she had been away for a couple of months. So she came back last night, picked her up from the airport, and she hadn't seen the stuff going on with the house and the garden and all this stuff. So we just showed her around and caught up, had a good time. So happy Friday. Hope y'all are doing well. What's up, Goose? Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm not entirely warmed up at the moment. It's the horn guy. It's the goose. It's the goose, my guy. Oh, man. Can I tell you? I had a... You are early. Yeah, you, like, immediate. Holy cow. Weird. It hasn't even been literally 2 minutes. That's freaking awesome, dude. Welcome. You're going to get to see the whole kit and caboodle. Starting with warm-ups. Because, yeah, I need to do some flexibilities here. I had a rehearsal for my recital piece next Tuesday. I had a rehearsal with the pianist yesterday that took place right after freaking the band class. The wind symphony practice literally ends at 3:15, and then my rehearsal was at 3:20. So I missed all the high notes, right? I didn't play well at all. But I think that means that the performance is going to be really nice, because a bad dress rehearsal means that the performance is going to be... That's the lie I choose to tell myself anyways. Saw a thing pop up at 8:50. Yeah, so I think that's when I put it... I had scheduled it for like 11 originally around a little bit ago, but then Mom came over and then I had to change the timing. You know, it's a whole thing. Appreciate y'all being flexible. Speaking of flexibility, nice segue into... Performance is going to go perfectly, seemingly by magic. I sure hope so. I'm kind of like low-key freaking out. But it's okay. We're going to run through it. We're gonna work out a little bit of stuff. Professor, what is up, my guy? How you doing? Bad dress rehearsal for the recital piece yesterday is how that went, because it happened right after the end of the wind symphony class. So my chops were completely dead. I didn't hit any of the high notes. Most of like the other notes were kind of like, So yeah, as long as I don't go into the performance on Tuesday with dead chops, I think we'll be okay. Hopefully, knock on wood. But I just realized I don't think my microphone's in the right spot, nor my music stand. That's okay. Transfer the horn mouthpiece I've been using to mellow, and I can finally play pep tunes. Yo, that's freaking awesome. What were you doing a trumpet mouthpiece on mellow before? Or how does that work? Because I've only ever played horn mouthpiece on a mellophone, but there were some people that were in band with me in high school that came from trumpets, and so they just used their trumpet mouthpiece. Because I guess we didn't have it needs like an adapter, right? If my memory is right, to fit the horn mouthpiece. I think. And I think the mellophone that was mine had it like I don't think it was removable, honestly. Either that or it was just like jammed in there way too far, which also very well could have been the case. Yo, Porky! What's up, dude? Yo, Flowcore! What's up? Good to see y'all. We have a horn style mouthpiece. Our current mellow player uses it. He graduates in a month, leaving me as our only potential mellow player. We don't have trumpets either. Whoa, really? You have mellophones, but no trumpets. That's so interesting. Whenever I was in school, we had like way too many trumpets. Trumpets and saxophones. Everyone wants to play when you're in 6th grade, trumpet and saxophone, because they're flashy and sexy, right? But yeah, that's an interesting personnel conundrum, I suppose. Holy Range, hey, it's happening. It's all coming together. Yo, I appreciate that, Flowcore. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Sincerely, thank you for the kind words. And I appreciate y'all being here. Because you know what? And I say that I don't say this enough, but I think I say this most days. It's like, the practice is so much more fun when y'all are here and hanging out with me. So, sincerely, I really appreciate you guys choosing to spend some time with me. Let's do another quick little flexibility while we're here. And then we're going to work on lip trills, because I have been bad about doing my lip trills past few days. So we definitely should spend a little time. Spend a little time and make a little money. It's all you know? Marching band has shrunk to over half of us being clarinets and flutes. One Sousa who never shows up. No trumpets march. We have some saxes and a pretty good drum line. Hey. Well, look. A good percussion section, a good drum line can save and hide a lot of like deficiencies. When I was in school, we had a good drum line for the first couple years, but my last couple, we actually like we did not have a competent drum line. Our percussion captain like couldn't keep time. Her sticking technique was all over the place. Like she would raise her right stick way up too high and her left not so much. So every time she would do anything, it swung. Like there was no evenness to her cadence, and it was really fucking annoying to try and keep time whenever you're trying to, you know, conduct straight and they're doing bop da bop da bop, and it's like, ugh. You know. One of those things. No shade. I'm sure she's, you know, like a doctor or some shit now, but she was not a good rhythm keeper. Anyways, commentary. Excuse me. Keep up the good work. Always love tuning into the streams. Yo, I freaking love seeing Silly Goose pop up in my chat. Thank you so much, dude. Might have converted a Piccolo player to learn Mellow. Hey, yo, spreading the good word. That's your gateway entry drug to get him to play horn. Cause like, I gotta be like, mellophone is such a shit instrument. I hated marching season. All I wanted to do was play horn. I didn't want to play mellophone. I didn't want to play trumpet. I didn't want to play anything else that I marched. So that's why when I was my senior year, I was drum major. And I got to conduct, and I didn't have to play mellophone. And I was like, love it. We lost 1 of 5 piccolo players. Y'all have 5 piccolos? Not even like flutes, but like dedicated piccolos? That seems like a good problem, or a problem. Bit of. That's a good personnel problem. It's like if you have like 5 or 6 or 7 horns, you know, that's like 5 in the world. Oh, there's not 5 in the world. You're playing. We have one in the Wind Symphony here, and there's not only 4 more or 3 or whatever. There's plenty of. I knew 2 piccolo players in high school even, so there's 3. The math ain't mathin', my friend. I'm just saying. 5 piccolos for 1 orchestra would be wild. That's where my head went first. I was like, what the Jesus? Is that like, I don't even know what kind of piece would need that. Maybe like some Mahler where the orchestra is so friggin' full that you need 5 piccolos to be able to ring out against, 8 horns and 25 cellos or something, you know? Yo, what's up? Oh, Duke, that's Mdor. What's good, my friend? Good to see ya. If I'm recognizing the username, I think so, cause Musical Duke. I feel like I remember that one. Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good Friday, my friend. Are you aware, Mdor? We're talking about 5 piccolo players in 1 orchestra, 1 like piece. What is the most piccolos you have seen in any 1 orchestration? I'm just curious. Because I have no idea why you would need more than 1 ever, but maybe it exists, you know? Something in this room does not like that high B flat frequency and begins to ring or vibrate. Friendly reminder, the Mahler 8 has 4 flutes and a piccolo doubling. Hey, so that was kind of my thought, was like maybe someone like Mahler who writes gigantic orchestration might be the only thing that I could think of where that would be sort of applicable. But even then, that's not 5 piccolos. Like 5 piccolos would be fucking insane. Someone shouldn't write, and by someone I don't mean me, not it. Someone should write quintet for 5 piccolos. That would be so cool. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Just found out the subcontra flute exists. Yo, is that the one that's shaped like a 4? Because that one's crazy, and you could do like a whole flute choir with different tones of flutes, right? Subcontra bass flute. Yeah, that's in that search history. Oh my god! So, holy cow, this one's even bigger. Y'all gotta see this shit. Where's the screen? This one here. Look at this fucker! Are you joking? That's not even the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of like this one as like the number 4 turned into an instrument, you know? Holy moly. That's crazy. That's insane. That's so cool. Havergal Brian's Symphony No. 1 in D minor, the Gothic, has a large flute section for both parts of that mammoth symphony. Part 2 has 7 flutes and a piccolo, 6 flute doubles to pick. Whoa! No, I've never even heard of Havergal Brian. Is that a person? An English composer and librettist. Huh. The Gothic, yeah, that's the. That's crazy. I gotta listen to some of this dude's shit. I have not. You learn something new every day, and especially when Endor shows up, because man, that dude knows his stuff. Appreciate you enlightening with your expertise and knowledge, dude. Thank you for sharing. Sincerely, like I'm trying to make this not sound sarcastic. Like sincerely, thank you for sharing with us, the class, and with chat. Like sincerity. I don't know. But now that I'm it's coming off maybe a little more sarcastic than you know what I mean. Go listen to the Gothic, maybe practice the horn parts you want. Yeah, I want to start doing like karaoke horn stuff where like you can put on Mahler or a Strauss or something like in the background and just like play along with it, or Shostakovich, right? And just go and just like play along with the orchestra. I think that would be really cool. I'd have to see. I don't know if it would be a stream thing or just like a me thing, because like the copyright and everything might be a little funky. But that would be a lot of fun. I would love to do that. Considering this, the symphony has 6 to 8 horns. Holy shit! So it's like it's even bigger than Mahler, like some Mahlers. What was it about the turn of the century that like people just had to go so large? I don't want to say to the detriment of everything else, because clearly they are incredible works, but like they have to be that big, A lot of phrasing opportunities in there. We still doing phrasing? Lotta Danger Zone. Are Archer references still cool? I need to know. Let me know, chat. That's why the Gothic is financially impossible to do in 2026? Is that true? The work also calls for, amongst so many multiplied parts in each section, multiple choirs? A brass orchestra and vocal soloists. Holy moly. And yet people still do Mahlers as well. Giant orchestration. I think Mahler 2, doesn't Mahler 2 have a choir or two? And an alto soprano soloist as well? I started listening to one of the Mahlers that had a choir on it, but like, you know, if they're doing that one, why couldn't they do Yonder Gothic, you know? Unless it's just like Mahler plus kind of thing. Is that what we're getting at? Because that's insane. Holy. Dadgum, that's crazy. That's so fucking wild. You're blowing my mind right now. I gotta, you know what? A lot of times, and I'm very bad at this. I'm very bad about saying I gotta listen to this shit and then not actually doing it. I'm gonna queue it up right now. Havergal, Ryan. Number 1, the Gothic. Boom. There. Who's performing? BBC National Orchestra of Wales? Sure. That is next up on the list. It's going to happen. Because you are blowing my mind. Everyone thinks planets is impossible to do. They're dead wrong. Many orchestras have done it without the organ. The offstage women girls chorus is essential. That's true. I never think about stuff like that. Like, I just assume, oh, like, I see a performance of, you know, the Planet Suite, and I'm like, oh, this is really fucking awesome. Not thinking about, like, what are the, you know, I'll see, like, harps and, you know, some specialty things and be like, oh, well, you know, they have a harpist or something on call for when one is needed, but, like, an organ, you can't just necessarily call up an organist if an organ doesn't exist, right? Or like, you know, having a competent, you know, women chorus for something. Like, you got to be able to contract that out to be able to perform stuff like that. That's great. That's true. Dang, there's so much about, like, because I know very surface level things about a few symphonies and stuff, but like, just being able to pull the orchestration for the planets, like, right out your head, that I aspire sincerely to that level of, like, familiarity, competence, what am I trying to even say? Just like, you know your shit. You're blowing my mind with how well you know your shit. That's kind of the long and short of it, I suppose. Oh yeah, I gotta pull the tuner back up because I can't actually play in tune, chat. It's true. It's impossible. That was a tricky, a rough go of flexibility. I just realized I'm not wearing my headphones. For no reason. I don't need them. Nothing is playing through. But we are going to do lippin' trillers. Definitely worth having a click for this because I find that on days when I don't actually do the full bit of warming up to a lip trill, right, where I do the grace notes and then a little quick little triplet and then do just straight 16ths for a minute. If I don't actually do that and just try and go into and try and just do trills without warming up to them, who'da thunk it, they don't work. So today I want to definitely make sure that we spend the appropriate time and energy on them. Click tracks are goated. Discord Symphony employs them, but you're not supposed to notice. Rather, you're not supposed to notice them from the audience's point of view. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, how else are you gonna how else are you gonna keep, locationally disparate musicians on time and together? Musicians just use them to record submissions and stay in sync with the reference track, if they choose to the conductor. Optional, right? As with any good orchestra, adherence to the conductor is largely optional. Oh, goodness. I'm just playing. I know you're not just eye candy up there, Mdor. That's a really good system, though. Like, that is really smart. Especially for, large pieces that have, so many different tempo changes and all kinds of stuff. Having a track that will lead you through that, that's like necessary, critical. Like, how would you do it otherwise? It's a great idea. Also, I'm just seeing in the other thing about this Havergal Brian, there's an article from The Critic magazine. It says some composers are rightly obscure, and it's about this man. And I think I don't like this article. Yeah, I don't like them throwing shade at at my guy William Havergal Bryan. This Norman Lebrecht, what have you done? You wrote an article, big deal. Try and write a Gothic symphony or some shit. I don't know. Sort of. Excuse me. Anyways. I'd mentioned I'd been not so good about doing my lip trills recently. And I think it shows, to be honest. Some of them, they were okay. But for a brief second, but not really great. Okay. What is the time? 11:56. Almost noon. I think plan for next is to go through the Strauss concerto. Make sure that it's in a good spot, the way it should be, because it should be in a good spot. Oh, goodness. Oh, I am so sleepy, you guys. I had to go pick up my mom from the airport last night. Didn't get home till 10:30-ish, and then sleep after that. And because I'm very old, that is very late for me. I'm usually in bed by like 9:30, 9:30. I could use a nap. But then again, I can kind of always use a nap, so that's not really fair to say. But in any event, Strauss 1. Let's see how she looks today. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Bum, ba-dum. What's up, Henry? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good Friday. We were running through some Strauss, and man, that was rough. I think the first B flat was like actually kind of in tune, but it wasn't really like resonant. Second one was like, ugh. Better. But I don't get a second chance on Tuesday, so... Hey. Hoi, oi, 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 oi. Well, that's what I get for being slightly sleep deprived and trying to go through Strauss. Or something, or maybe it was just a bad batch. I don't know. But not the best. Not the best. The triplet section, actually, I thought was decent. Specifically in the rough spots that we have been working out. The Dolce was abysmal. I just completely forgot how to play it at all. Yikes. That was really bad. And then the lead up into the triplets was also bad. So honest, I'm going to go back to the development, to the start of the development. Because that was just not good. Holy. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one, y'all. Today just might not be the best Strauss day that we've ever had. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be. As long as Tuesday is the best Strauss day that we've ever had, I'll consider it a win. With that, chat, anyone who's hanging out, give me a key. Suggest to me a key to noodle around in. We have done E major. We have done D flat major recently. Anything apart from those. Could be majors or minors. The minors are a little bit, there are not as many exercises in this book for minor keys as there are majors, but also fair game. What is up? Shriyan? I'm just going to say Shriyan, because I apologize for my pronunciation. Excellent to see you. Do you have a key you would like to play in? Felicia, suggest me a key that's not E major or D flat major. And we'll noodle around one of these here keys. And it doesn't have to be a funky one. It doesn't have to be like F sharp major. It doesn't have to be C flat major. You know? It doesn't have to be anything quite that egregious. Could even be G flat major. Holy hell. That's the same as F sharp major. What the hell? A major. Love A major. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful key. And, dare I say, one that I actually kind of wanted to work on. A major is the key for the Haydn horn concerto. Well, it's in D major, but horn in D is A for horns. So that is perfect. Let's see if we can noodle around this here scale. Maybe do it in thirds, fourths, fifths, etc. Hope you're doing well. Also, Felicia, good to see you. Hope school's not too outrageous. It seems to be outrageous a lot of the time. Oh, jeez. goodness. A major's a bit of a bear. Shouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know. I thought that, doing scales very slowly, legato, once a day would be enough to be proficient in all scales and keys. Turns out that was naive of me. And you actually have to do stuff like this. Woo-wee. I don't even know if I was... Yeah, I cut it off. Yikes. That is difficult. Great key, though. Let's do it in thirds. Definitely thirds. We'll do some of these intervals. Probably not all of them, but definitely some of them. All right. Thirds in A major. That's it. Jeez. One of the pieces we're playing for youth orchestra is in the key of F sharp major. F sharp major. What the hell? That's crazy. I think the weirdest one that I've seen ever for horn, and this is for horn solo. It's the second movement of Strauss 1, and it ends up being boom. And it goes to, it's horn in E, so it's not like crazy, but it's B major, which is objectively just a fucky key. But you kind of, as a hornist, getting into horn in E, because it's really close to F and historically used a lot. So you're actually kind of good with that. But like F sharp major, yikes. That's a big yikes for me, dog. The thirds going up was so much more difficult than the thirds going down. But it is interesting, like how, and I've mentioned this before, but how the exercises are written differently for each thing. So like for the thirds, that's the ascending line, and then it's and then coming down it's something different. So it keeps it new and fresh every time you're either going up or going down. And as you do the fourths, it's written similarly, but it's a different interval and it's a fundamentally different thing, which is really fun for practicing. It's a great book. Any hornists out there interested? The Grand Theoretical and Practical Method for the Valve Horn, written by Joseph Chantal. And this is Denise Tryon. She is kind of my hero. And yeah, an absolute monster on low horn. And horn in general, but like, whew, my goodness. I suck so bad at reading bass clef and super low ledger lines. Below an F on the ledger line and anything in bass clef is like, that's why I'm struggling so hard on the first few things of the scales here, is because I'm sight reading in a clef I don't know. And it's ledger lines in bass clef. Like, what the fuck, man? God. Practice sounds good. You are too kind, Felicia. You flatter me. I think I fundamentally disagree with you. Oh my God, that was awful. And that's only half of it. But thankfully, the descending is so much better than otherwise. St. Daniel Brass Band, what's up? Is that the South African flag? I don't know if I'm comfortable saying final answer, but that was the first thing that popped into my head. I don't know flags all that well. Freaking hiccups, man. That is a nasty. That is crazy, dude. How am I so bad at A? It's just A major. Holy shit. Because now we're doing fifths. Ain't no stopping us now. Although I'm probably not going to go to sixths, but fifths are good. Fifths, like the exercise for the fifths looks like a fun bit of. I like the ones that aren't just like intervals. I like the ones that have an interval and also some melodic like lines to the scale. Like this one, it goes the interval and then it goes up and down the scale. I really like those. Versus, you know, honestly, it's a tale of two halves, right? First half of the fifths, exactly what I want. Second half of the fifths, it's just straight up intervals. Which is like, you know, it's fine, but I wish they would have continued with the movement up and down the scale for the second. Does French horn read both treble and bass clef? Yes, we sure do. We sure do. Well, we're supposed to. I'm still learning bass clef, really, because you really only get to bass clef, honestly, below like the, like I think the F below the staff, which is. So anything below that is typically written bass clef. And there's even different notations for bass clef. There's old notation where it's written an octave below, or like true octave, and then the new notation is it written an octave up so you can actually like read it. Something like that. I forget exactly which way it goes. The old notation is lower, and I think that's the true written. But then that's annoying because then you have to deal with the freaking ledger lines down below. So like the bass clef for this one, like you gotta know all of your bass clef to be able to navigate this shit, and I don't. So yeah, but that's also why it's fun to do. For example, these are 120 melodious etudes for trombone from the Rochu book. It's a good thing for horns to practice in establishing mid-low register. Is just to read trombone etudes. You know, it's good shit. Okay, so now I see the pattern here. It does a fifth both ways. That's really cool. nasty exercise. Again, halfway through. We have adjudication on Tuesday, and today's our last class before it. Yo! Best of luck. Break a leg. I'm sure y'all are gonna crush it. Hopefully, probably. I loved band festivals when I was in school. I didn't actually go to my senior year concert festival, now that I think of it. I had strep throat, and it was really, really bad. Yeah, just without Principal Horn on day of festival. Nothing I could have done, but I'm pretty sure it was a bad result. Anyways, our band program sort of was on a downward trajectory my entire time there. We started with a legendary band director who'd been there for 25 years or something. He left my 8th grade year, and we got a director who knew nothing. She was a music therapist, not a band music education degree holder, major, whatever, graduate. She ran the program basically into the ground, alienated all of the good players who went on to do other things like sports and, you know, anything else that they wanted to do. And then actually the last 3 years, 2 or 3 years of we had a very good director come in and right the ship and get us turned around, but like the damage had already been done, kind of a thing. But still a lot of fun. Good time going to festivals and stuff. Even if the, you know, scores didn't reflect what I wanted them to. I can't even say didn't reflect like how good we were, because we weren't. Like, we were okay towards the end there. But we had a history of superiors for like 15, 20 straight years. Then the band director decided to leave, and then we were getting like goods. So, yeah, not great. What are you gonna do? Oh, my nose itches. Oh, excuse me. It's so low. Do we dare do sixths? Dare we? You know what? Let's let's run away. Let's not do sixths. Let's instead do something like double octaves. No, let's do some triads, some major triad studies. Maybe some dominant seventh triads as well. We'll just run up and down the arpeggios. Next one looks fun, so we'll do the next one as well, and then I think we're probably good for today for A major. But this is going to be sort of like the theme for throughout the summer. My summer project, essentially, is this book. Is going through the grand theoretical and practical method for the vowel of horn in all keys. So I need to also make a note of what keys we have already done and which ones then are available. So we've done first, second, third. I know we did E major, D flat major. Now we're doing A major. All right. And we're going to go by the end of the summer. Boy, howdy, we're going to be proficient in every key is the goal. Oh my God. Yeah, that's about as much of A major as I want to probably do. Although the dominant seventh does look kind of easy. Not the diminished seventh. That's where I draw the line. That's a step too far. We're going to draw the line, right? Yoink. And that's diminished seventh. Dominant seventh will do. Because why the hell not? It only is going to be good for us. What is the dominant seventh? What's the 5 of A? E? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Because horn in D is A, which means that it should be E. Whole step up from the horn in gives you the dominant seventh because horn in is a 4th up, so going a 5th up is your dominant 7th. Which is probably readily apparent to all of you music theoreticians out there. Anyways. Where's a note I can find? Okay. That's enough of that. Excellent. Can go there. We've done the Strauss. We haven't really worked on excerpts all that much. And like, honestly, I'm a little peeved because the local symphony orchestra has still not put their audition stuff up. And like, last year it was held May 10th. Are they going to give us less than a month to prepare? I guess maybe that's the point, is they want to make sure that you're actually good enough to do it, but still. To that end, any audition we take is going to have Shostakovich 5 on it. And that is my headcanon. So let's at least run Shostakovich 5 and see where it stands. Make sure we have the tuner just for my own edification. And a lot of this is like, I'm talking as well, it's picking up my speaking. But like, here is the heat map. Ignore F sharp 5 and up. But this is today. No green circles. We are 15% in tune. Yikes. Yikes. something like. I feel like my tempos were a little all over the place. Yeah. But the notes sounded, I think, a little bit better. And I was kind of focusing more on the intonation. Oh my goodness. Huh. With an eye on the tuner more than anything else. And I think it was like so-so. Let me see the analysis. It's picking up at 90 decibels. Between 86-ish to 90 decibels. Like that's a good 90 decibel B flat. I kind of feel like that's all right. Don Quixote, man. I guess we should. Just so that we have it in shape. Not great. And I need to. The problem is like, I'm not tuned. I don't think my horn itself is like in tune. But I don't know, cause like, I know how to tune it, and this is the problem that I'm running into. Is that like I can adjust the valves, but I feel like more than that, my intonation issues are air, embouchure, and like, or air support and embouchure. And so I really want to have a discussion with my teacher, which we didn't even get to a lesson this week. Oh my God! On Wednesday, we were supposed to have a lesson, so we streamed early, we were ready for it, and then bada bing, bada boom, had to be canceled. So I don't even get a lesson until next Friday, which is, you know, just kind of how it goes, I suppose. Intonation is going to be a big topic of the conversation, because like now that I'm getting to the point where like I need to be exactly in tune and in the slot and in a resonant ringing place, I think the intonation that I'm used to, just like adjusting your valves, it might not be quite as simple as is all I'm trying to get at there. Anyways, should also take a look at Mahler 1. I have been doing not as much Mahler 1 as I should be doing recently. Oh, excuse me. Because the octave slurs are just not consistent or good. So realize I do not have the tuner on. That's a big mistake. Yeah. That's just not good, y'all. It's really not. I don't know why it's less good now than it was previously. But it is less good than it was previously. And that's very frustrating. Also, as I'm sitting here, I know we're at an hour 35 roughly of stream time. We're probably not going to make it a full 2 hours because eventually I do need to go and get lunch as well. And it's approaching 1 o'clock. How previously? Well, previously it sounded like, you know, a week or two ago when I was working this excerpt very, very hard. It felt better. The octave slur especially. And now it's like the low F there, it's popping, and it's supposed to just be smooth and soft, and it's like, hey, what? Which is not good. I feel like it was better a week or two ago, which is frustrating. Even on this, I've got a decibel meter on this app. So if I do and it's just not, because I'm trying to like 75-ish decibels on the high F. And it pops up to over 80 on the low F every single time. You know, so I don't know. It might just have to be the ones before you, but yeah, and that's the thing, is like, because it's some of them do work. Some of them are, they sound decently nice and soft and stylistic, but like I feel like it was much more consistently correct a week or two ago, which probably just means that I need to practice this more. That's honestly that has to be the solution, is that I haven't been practicing it quite as much as I have been or should be. Anyways, yeah, I'm running out of steam. If I'm being real, I'm tired, for one, because I didn't get to bed until late last night. Woke up early, need some lunch. Yeah, I think this is gonna about do it for practice. We made it an hour 38. I'd say that's about 2 hours. It's closer to 2 than 1, and I'll make up the extra time later this afternoon, maybe after a nap. That honestly sounds so nice right now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I think that'll about do it for me. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Fell asleep last night when the dog woke me up after half an hour. Oh, then I couldn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. Dude, you're breaking my heart. That's tragic. That's tragic. I was up at I think my dog woke me up at about 2. Thankfully, I wasn't awake for too long, but still longer than I needed to or wanted to, all because little pup wanted to freaking nestle up under in between my legs a little closer, and he couldn't just stay asleep. But it's okay. I love him, and I love all y'all in chat. Y'all are wonderful. Thanks so much for hanging out and making practice enjoyable, because it is. Every single time when y'all are here, I enjoy practice. I'm going to go pass out on the couch for a couple of hours, and I'll see y'all. Remember, next stream is going to be Monday. We're not going to be streaming on the weekends, at least until the house is in a better shape, because that's what we're going to be doing this weekend, is working on the house. So I will see y'all on Monday morning for more practice. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Can't wait to hear all about it. And I'll see y'all later. Bye. See ya.